Since 1962, when we got rid of the colonialists, we have been having election cycles. I have to agree, they have been very spaced and very few, but at least we have had elections. And of the things I have noticed, people like propaganda in election seasons. We had propagandas where some candidates could actually tell people that don't vote that person because they have HIV. We have some people who could say, don't vote those people because they are not part of us. But for the first time in our Ugandan history, we have had a strange communicado. We have found people are saying, don't vote that candidate, don't vote that party, because that party belongs and is funded by the LGBTQ movement. For the first time in our country, we have LGBTQ used as a propaganda tool. So I had to come to this and we had to decide to talk about this whole LGBTQ movement, to know what is behind it, what is it really. It intrigues me. And today I actually got someone who's a friend of mine who knows how to do these things, and she's called Mercy, but I want her to introduce herself. Mercy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for inviting me to the show.
Yes, this is the Needed Report. This is a show where we talk about political common sense, political IQ, and political foresight. Yeah. So you introduce yourself to our viewers out there.
I'm Mutoni Mercy. Should I say I'm part of the LGBT community?
This is free. You can say anything.
Before I say anything, the LGBT community is not just lesbians and gay people and then bisexual people. It's full of other minorities, like asexual people, sapiosexual people. So someone could be part of the community, but they're not actually gay or lesbians.
I thought if you say I'm LGBTQ, you mean you're either gay or lesbian?
No, not actually. Some people are asexual. Those people who don't have sexual feelings for anyone, whether a man or a woman. And some people are sapiosexual. You could be sapiosexual.
Oh, sapiosexual, what does actually sapiosexual mean? This is a lesson.
It actually means people who are attracted with people with brains. Okay, everyone has brains, but who are actually attracted to intelligent people. Like someone talks sense and you're like, yeah, really, this person understands me. You understand? It could either be a woman or a man, but it doesn't mean everyone who is under the LGBTQ community is gay or a lesbian.
Oh, okay. That's actually very intriguing. And actually, this takes me to the next question I had actually. Because we all know this is Africa, and Africa struggles with LGBTQ. Yeah. We find it alien, we find it unnatural, we find it anti-faith. Because most of Africa is majorly Islam, Catholicism, and Protestantism, and born-againism, which you can put in that. So there's Christ and Islam, Christians and Islam. So now, this whole thing to come and candidates are using it, say, don't vote the other guys, because these guys are funded
by the LGBT
community. Yeah. Now, do you think when they use it as a tool, is this an indication that can say, oh, wait a minute, these people using it as a weapon, they know that it is slowly climbing into society. So what I'm asking, is Africa really naturally becoming more of LGBTQ, or there's some people somewhere with some power actually who are financing and increasing the speed of this whole LGBTQ thing?
I think because the LGBTQ community is a minority group, it's a minority community, it's natural, but it's also funded.
It's natural, but also funded. Can someone fund something natural?
Yeah, you could, if it's minority. Just like you see the disabled people.
Yes.
Some people find disabled people unnatural. You understand? But it's funded because they are minorities. You understand?
I understand. But now, if you fund something, like let me talk from a business person point of view. I can fund a project with an intention to get profit. I could find a project with an intention maybe to get closer to someone who owns that project.
So what do you think is the profit that...
No, that I have to put that to you, because I actually, where do they profit? Because I always hear this whole rhetoric. abo abasiyazi balina ssente.
Where do those people that fund disabled people bafuniramu wa?
The people who fund disabled people, they feel better about their soul.
Maybe the other ones are also feeling better that they're helping a minority group.
A minority group, which is...
Do you know how much kids pass through when they come out as gay or lesbians? Some people lose their families, they lose their inheritance, they lose education because most of them come out before they finish school. Who could put that, losing all that, to coming out, unless it's what they are?
So when do you realize, I'm trying to keep this in the political sense of view, because, you know, for us here in our politics, this is new, like I told you, because this propaganda is passed out to the population of Ugandans as a bad thing, because they are spiritual people, they are cultural people, they believe in faith, they feel this person needs rehabilitation, not to remain in LGBTQ, but bring them back to the Lord.
Museveni is a politician. He knew almost 80% of Ugandans are
more than that, by the way.
Yeah, it could be more than that. I said almost, or more than 80% of Ugandans are conservatives. So they really don't support the LGBTQ community. That's why he said that during the elections, because he knew he was going to change some minds. I personally saw a man who was like, I was going to vote for that boy, but he's connected to the Basiazi. You understand?
I understand.
And because Museveni knew his people, he knew saying that would change their minds. And to an illiterate extent, Bobi Wine, I'm sorry to say this is my opinion, Bobi Wine has always been homophobic.
Oh, this is new. Me, I didn't actually know.
Yeah, he has.
We have an image that he's a pro.
No, he has always been homophobic to the extent that in 2014, he was denied a visa to go to England.
Wow.
To perform with the Ebons in, I think, Buckingham and then London. He was denied because he had homophobic chants in his songs. Did you see anyone openly accepting that, yes, I'm supported by the gay community or the LGBT community?
Even,
yeah, so that's why we still say the suspected support from the gay community. We don't say the support from the gay community, because even when the man who they said was supported by the gay community was asked, in fact, the person who asked him, are you gay? I was like, really? Then he was like, no, I'm married, though you can still be married and be gay. Let me take an example of this. If in the past elections, let me say, I'm sorry to use names, but his the candidate Chagulanyi came out openly as gay, people loved him. They were still going to vote for him, even if he said he was gay. He was still going to get the 30-something% he got. Or
so
20
you
something.
think now Ugandans or Africans are actually gender or sexual orientation blind? They don't mind if someone is LGBTQ. The only reason they don't go for them in office, and the only reason they buy into that LGBT propaganda is because of the law of the constitution. If it was not there, that means you are trying to say that this propaganda of so and so is funded by LGBTQ would not have worked.
Do you know that even a law can make people biased? Like if someone says this is not allowed, people tend to say, yeah, this is not allowed. I'm not supposed to do this. This is not allowed. You understand? But if at all someone said, this is normal, you can do it, people start accepting that thing.
Isn't
because
that hypnosis? If you just say, this is normal, and you encouraging a behavior, because what I always struggle with, and in this rhetoric, is that we always say, oh, you're musiazi. Now, the reason why they say it, to lose the meaning in English for the audience which doesn't speak English, is that they are looked in a way that actually what they are doing is not normal. We have more nasty words they use to describe an LGBTQ, and in our local dialect. So now, what I'm trying to mean is that, as you as a person, as actually we conclude this, do you see this LGBTQ thing being a major factor in the coming elections?
yeah, I think so. I think, in fact, I don't think, I know the coming elections, people will be more accepting, because people weren't this accepting in 2014, because they even wanted to put a death penalty if they find you gay, when you're gay. But people have become more accepting, and the gay community is getting, people coming out have been much larger and much more numbers of people coming out. Not because of money. If you are really exposed and illiterate about the gay community, I'm not saying you're illiterate, but literate about the gay community, you would know that kids are going through a lot. The moment they come out to their parents chase them, they don't have anywhere to go, they've not yet finished school, they don't have jobs. You understand? Kids are on streets. We are not supposed to say names, or I'm not supposed to say I saw someone here or somewhere, but I've seen people going through a lot more bad things. People are not in this because of money, because they lose a lot more than money when they come out.
Well, for me, actually, to tell you the truth, is like the perception of the political society and the society at large is that actually LGBTQ is not local, it's foreign. Secondly, these are the things we hear in the people. It is funded.
The good thing you've quoted that.
Yes, it is funded. Yeah. And the people who fund it have motives. And as we conclude, one of the motives that we hear is that these guys want to actually kill family. Because, and extinct even the Africans from the continent. Yeah, because now people
it's like you're looking at it from the perception of Africans. It's as if you're saying whites are not gay.
No, whites are gay. It's their culture. For us, we are...
Who said, I told you at one point, whites were not accepting the way Africans are not accepting now. It's not...
You think this is a cycle, like time will come when in Africa,
a
guy will come here and say, I'm gay, and guys will vote him, and probably Uganda would have a gay president.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is not how Uganda was. I'm not happy that it's okay how they treat gay people or how they treat the LGBTQ people, but at least we are not how we used to be. You understand?
So you see progress?
Yeah, a lot. I see progress from the death life sentence to 7 years. That's a lot of progress. You understand? Though the man thinks disgusting, that gay people are disgusting, but at least he's a devil we know. You know, it's better to live with a devil you know than the angel you don't know.
Yeah, I get it, because even the propaganda, I actually don't think that there's anyone who would have been LGBTQ who would actually have supported the people who are the ones who started propaganda. I think if you feel that the person who inflamed the propaganda actually is the one that someone would support, then that wouldn't make sense.